So now that we've gone through one-step equations, we're going to move on to two-step equations. So kind of the step-by-step process that we want to do with our two-step equations. The first thing we want to look for is which side the variable's on. That way we don't get kind of tricked on what numbers are we supposed to move. So find the variable, see if it's on the left, see if it's on the right. We're going to decide what numbers need to move and how. 3, we're going to decide the order. What happens with the order of it is always the outside operation working inside. So it's the furthest away coming inside the equation. And then once we've done that, 4, we want to check our answer to make sure that it works. The best part about solving equations, you will know if you got it right if you check your answer in the end. Alright, so here's our first one. I could draw my lines down the equal sign if I want. You don't have to. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my variable. It's over here on the right. So the 3 has to move, and so does the 8. For us to kind of figure out how they have to move, it can kind of cover up some other things. So I'm going to grab a rectangle here that can cover some stuff up. Color, cool. So if I were to cover up the 3, say that 3 isn't there and it's kind of that one-step equation, 8 is connected through addition, so we are going to end up subtracting the 8. Now if I move to cover up the 8, I'll cover up some other things, but it's okay. The 3 is connected by division, so we're going to multiply the 3. So those are the two numbers we have to move. We're not even going to move the 2 at all. Now we just have to decide what are we going to do first. Well, 3 is the closest number to B, so the most outside operation is the 8. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract the 8. 2 minus 8 gives us negative 6, and it leaves us B over 3. We're going to undo the 3 by multiplication, so we're going to multiply by 3. 3 times negative 6 gives us negative 18. The 3's cancel, and B is negative 18. So let's try it again. This one, very, very similar. Our variable is over here on the right. Since it's on the right, the 9 moves, and the negative 8 moves. The negative 8 we're going to have to add. The 9 we're going to have to multiply. And once again, the negative 8 is further, so we add 8 to both sides. Gives us 1 equals m over 9. We multiply by 9. And 9 equals m. Now we have one that doesn't have any division in it. Our variable is on the left. So we're going to move the negative 5 and we're going to have to move the 7. The negative 5 we're going to divide, and the 7 we're going to subtract. 7 is further from the variable than our 5. So we subtract 7 from both sides. That leaves us negative 5k is equal to negative 50. Since both of these are negatives, they combine together. We divide by negative 5. That all cancels out. The negative and the negative, we get a positive. 50 divided by 5 gives us 10. Same kind of thing. We're going to move the 6, and here's one that's very careful. This isn't just a 4, it's a negative 4. So we're going to have to keep track of that as well. Alright, so we have to move the 6 and the 4. 6, even though we think that might be subtraction, we are going to subtract the 6 from both sides, and we're going to divide the 4, the negative 4 in this case. 6 is further, so we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. We get negative 56 is equal to, now when this cancels out and this is gone, notice what's still left in the problem. It's not just the 4v, it's the negative 4v that gets carried down. We divide by negative 4 on each side. The negative 4's cancel out. Negative 56 divided by 4 gives us, I believe, positive 14. One last one. Again, I want to practice with this negative right here. It is more challenging. We have a 7. We have the negative 7. So here's the positive 7. Here's the negative 7. This 7, we're going to subtract. The 7 connected to the x has to be divided. So we subtract this 7. I have a negative 7x left over, and 63. I divide by a negative 7 on each side, and I get my answer of negative 9. So that's some of our two-step equation practice from what we learned in class this week.